Hey guys, I hope you're hungry. Welcome back to War Stories here on the Full Incense channel. My name is Jericho. So, in today's War Story, we are going to have another State of Full Incense. This is my vlog series, I guess you could say. Basically, it's semi-random, periodical enough, but the idea is every now and again I like to touch base and talk about what the channel is doing, what I plan to do with it in the future, especially when we have kind of changes coming. So also, I feel that these are good jumping off points for new viewers, so I'd like to just go over my schedule. However, a big reason for this particular State of Full Incense is that we are going to go off schedule next week. So I'm going to explain the schedule and then talk about what's happening next week. So let's do that. My channel puts up a video every single day. I have had twice ever, for a total of 6 days, I think, where I have missed videos. It's always been out of my hands. Like, one time was crazy stuff going on with YouTube, and one was just I was going out of town and just fell too far behind in recording, just could not get it done, and just needed, just for my own sanity, to just take a couple days off. But basically, I upload one video every single day. Occasionally, I miss the regular scheduled upload, and again, I'm going over the schedule right now. But when I do, I'll replace it with just like a little clip of random gameplay from whatever game I happen to be playing. It's often Battlefront, like I'm playing now. And when I do that, I try to do 2 of them, one at 11 and one at 5 Eastern. Just because, if you're expecting a 15-minute episode of my Let's Play, just one 15-second clip is hardly counts. So I try to do at least 2 of them. But yes, at 11 o'clock Eastern every day, I have one episode. That is how my channel operates. It's called the Full Incense channel, just like Fox is a channel or USA is a channel. It's the network, right? And then the network has shows, which are the different days of my schedule. And shows have hosts. My name is Jericho. I am oftentimes joined by my good friend the Iceman, my brother Holy Diver, and my wife Science Sentry. They occasionally jump in on the other shows. But I have some that are typically solo endeavors. So, Monday is my current full playthrough. I call them full playthroughs because it's a typical long-form Let's Play where I play through an entire game, but Full Incense, full playthrough. Right now the game is Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix from the recently released PS4 collection of basically every Kingdom Hearts game, besides the ones in 2.8. And I am on episode 6 or 7, not very far into it at all. If you know Kingdom Hearts, I'm almost done with the first time going through Traverse Town. Like I'm going to record that after this today. I'll probably be done with Traverse Town in the next episode. I would say almost definitely. So not very far into it at all. So again, if you are new to the channel and want to kind of jump off there, it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. So that's on Mondays and Fridays. Is our Let's Play, our full playthrough. Tuesdays and Thursdays are War Stories. They work just like this. I almost always play Star Wars Battlefront, just because it's war, and it's a game I really enjoy and feel like I can play kind of mindlessly because I'm not that great anyway. Like, if I really focus and turn it on, I can do better, but I just like goofing around. And today I'm not even playing online. I'm just doing a skirmish in Fighter Squad since it's my favorite game mode. But it works a lot like this, where I'll be playing, but I'm not talking about the gameplay. It's more like a podcast where, you're free to, tab out to something else or, mute, don't mute it, of course, but, there's no need to really watch. This is just the window dressing, so it's a podcast that has something you can look at, is basically the idea, since it is for YouTube. A lot of times it's movie reviews. I would say that is the predominant, content on War Stories. Movie reviews, game reviews, sometimes gaming news or previews. Sometimes it's Star Wars discussions or other discussions with the aforementioned other contributors, Holy Diver, Science Sentry, or Iceman. But a lot of movie reviews. I try to see as many movies as I can. But, of course, my channel, at time of recording this, only 50 subscribers, so I'm certainly not getting paid for any of this. It's just, I love watching and talking about movies, so it's just something I enjoy to do, and that's what War Stories is made for, is just a neat topic to talk about. And like I said, we are going off schedule soon, but when we come back, I have a review of Kong Skull Island coming, The Little Prince on Netflix will be coming, Jessica Jones, which I know has been out for a long time, but we'll probably be talking about that soon enough, because Science Center and I have been watching through that. So that's War Stories, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays and Saturdays are snacks, and that is our first impression series. It's I always do all of the PlayStation Plus games of the month, or as many as I can. And then if there's something new that comes out, I do an episode on that. Or if there's just something I just finally got around to picking up, or there will be sometimes I should say, where I've had it for forever and I just never done it because again, I'm not making any money on this, so I can't exactly buy a game every Wednesday or Saturday just for snacks. But that's one of my favorite series to record, just checking out a bunch of different games. And I give my recommendation, not if it's worth the money or not, since so many times it's PlayStation Plus games that are free if you have the subscription service. But am I going to come back to them? Or now that I've recorded them, am I just going to delete them off the PlayStation 4 and never look back? And yeah, if you're wondering why this is such a PlayStation-focused thing, I am recording all of this natively on the PS4 using just the tools it has. I don't do any further. I do some editing from time to time on Share Factory, and that's how I put in like my little intros and outros and stuff. But no fancy software or anything else like that. So therefore, I can't do anything outside of the PlayStation 4, any other games. Even though I will talk to them about that from time to time. I did a review of Breath of the Wild last week because I do have a Switch, just not the opportunity to record on it right now. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the rest of the week is basically just second episodes of those shows. Friday is another full playthrough day. Saturday is another snacks day. Sunday is my only once a week series. That is Full House, and that is always myself and Science Century. Occasionally joined by some others, but it's always at least us two. And that is another full playthrough. More often than not, another Let's Play. Right now we're playing through Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and that series has kind of evolved into being mini war stories where we talk about what we've been watching or what we've been into. But yeah, so that's my schedule. Now, I am going on a business trip again a week from now. I'll be there at time of recording. So, just based on the time I know I'm going to have between now and then, having to pack and get ready, and things I need to take care of before going out of town for a week again, I decided that next week is going to be snacks week. So this is not going to be a permanent change to the schedule. This is just for next week. Monday and Friday will still be Kingdom Hearts, I think. It might only be one of them, or maybe none of them. But I don't really want to do an entire week of snacks, and I am really enjoying recording Kingdom Hearts. It's just like I need to record 4 episodes in like today or tomorrow, and I don't like it feeling rushed or like I have no choice but to do it. That's not the point of my channel. And I do have like a backlog of snacks now because I ordered the Humble THQ bundle. And that gave me a ton of like 10 games to do snacks of. So that's what I'm doing. Basically, war stories and full playthroughs are going to be jettisoned for this week and replaced with extra snacks. Possibly Kingdom Hearts as well, but that sort of remains to be seen. So that's basically it. We have our schedule. Thank you everybody that supports the channel, especially my contributors, like I mentioned, of course, also Zyldar and iLad for all your support, retweeting and mentioning on Twitter and stuff like that. Thank you to all my subscribers and everybody watching this. They're all greatly appreciated, and I hope to have continued growth in the future. I'm happy with where the channel is right now, but I think there's a lot of room to grow. I'm happy and proud with the content that I make, and it can only be better. So with your help, we can reach that level. The last thing I want to address is streaming. I was streaming for a while, doing it, once or twice a week for about a month, and I haven't in months now. And I do really, really want to get back to it. It's just very difficult with my wife and I both working, long, sometimes random hours. It's difficult for me to ask her, to devote what little time we have together, because I always do it at night, to devote our time that we could be spending together to even more time for the channel. And she is very encouraging of it, but it's tough. It's tough. But I do really want to get back to that. If nothing else, I want to finish Batman the Telltale series for my own sake. I just want to see the end of that game because it's awesome. And I would like to finish Resident Evil as well. That's a lot further off. But I do want to do it. And I've even had people ask, the channel typically does not get a whole lot of interaction. That's something that I would love to change sooner than later. But people have asked for streaming to come back, and so I really do want to meet those requests. But it certainly won't be for at least another week after hearing this because I'll be out of town, but maybe in May, maybe May. We can hope for a return of streaming on the channel. No promises, no guarantees, but it is something that I am thinking about, and I do really want to do, and it's important for me to bring back to the channel because it is something I enjoy. So fingers crossed, that's something that I definitely want to happen and hope will happen. But that'll about do it for me. Again, a big thank you to everybody involved with making this channel such a success, and if you're watching this, that means you. I hope you know, if all of this sounds good, you know, do subscribe, leave a like down below, maybe leave a comment about anything you'd like to see or like to see changed. I'm always open to suggestions. You know, I'll take into consideration anything I possibly can. But that'll do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. How much you guys, but I'm full.